What's up, guys? It's Emily back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing a girl talk for you guys about things I am doing for my healing journey. I want to give you guys like advice and ways that basically help you through your healing journey of whatever it is that you are trying to heal from. So I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, a comment, and let me know down below what you guys think. And let's get this started. Okay, guys, so I'm super excited to do this video because I feel like I've been on my healing journey for a while, but there's always just something like reoccurring in my life, whether it's new people or toxic friendships, or there's just always something that's always going to happen in life that you're going to have to heal from. And obviously that comes a part of your healing journey. There's always going to be things that it's going to be like a domino effect where one door closes, another one opens type of thing. So I'm a big person when it comes to mental health, healing journey, and anything along those lines. So I want to talk about the ways I've been healing during my healing journey, and I want to talk about the things that I've been learning to heal from and cope from and things like that. Like, I definitely want to cover this for you guys because I don't feel like it's talked about enough about people's like traumas or things that they just don't talk about. And of course, there's things that I haven't told you guys, and there's things that I have told you guys, but not everything has to be told to you guys. You know what I mean? So everybody has a way of, okay, this happened, and then there's things that people just don't feel comfortable enough to talk about, and that's okay. Everybody has a different way of healing. So I'm going to talk about things that I'm healing from and things that I'm doing to heal from, and I'm going to talk to you guys of ways that I have helped myself from healing from the things that I've dealt with. So yes, let's get this started. Okay, guys, so my healing journey and my advice to you guys. So I've been on and off with my healing journey for a couple years now, and I feel like every time I feel like I'm 10 steps forward, somehow I get pushed 10 steps back. And I feel like that happens with this thing called life. Life is a funny way of testing you. With my healing journey, I feel like you're always getting tested, and there's never a moment where you're not going to get tested, especially in your healing journey, whether that's a new person coming in, an old person leaving, you know, a toxic situation ending, reoccurring childhood trauma, you know, things from the past, things that you thought that was going to happen for your future, you know, like there's a lot of things that come with healing. Now, there's a lot of things that I'm healing from, things that I don't talk about, and there's things that I presently have talked about on my channel. And one of the healing things that I've been dealing with is old friendships, the friendships that I rekindled and then dropped again. So when you're going through your healing journey, I feel like there's always a ladder. It's always going to be a ladder to where you want to be. And even though it feels like you're getting pushed 10 steps back, it's always going to be a motivation for you to push yourself 10 steps forward always. So like I said, guys, there's a lot of things that I'm still healing from, whether it's from the friendships, things that I haven't told you guys. There's things that I haven't told you guys that I just don't feel comfortable enough to be putting on the internet. But, you know, the people that personally know me know what I've been dealing with. There's things from my health that I'm healing from. There's things that with my health that I'm trying to come to terms with. There's stuff from my past that I'm trying to come to terms with. There's things about my future I'm kind of come to terms with. So the first thing that I've done to help myself with my healing journey, and it's cutting off friendships. I always am vocal about friendships. I've had good friendships and I've had bad friendships. And the one thing I gotta say is, if you are a person that is a person that will continuously add new people back into your life, whether it's rekindling old friendships or just keeping those friends around because you're scared to be lonely, that's not going to help your healing journey. If you keep letting old flames back into your new flames, basically it's like blowing out a candle and it just relighting over and over again. And you just don't want that to keep happening. When the candle is blown out with this person, whoever it is, just leave it alone. Let it stay where it ended. Close that chapter in your life and let it end it. And I'm gonna be honest, I've let things, old flames, come back into my life, and people continuously, the universe tested me, and there was always something reoccurring with these friendships that I've rekindled back, and I was hoping for change and things like that. That did not happen. So during my healing journey, it was like a mental health test all the time. It was like, do I get rid of this person? You know, is this person taking a toll on my mental health? And for sure, these people took a toll on my mental health, and I never realized how bad it was until I went through my healing journey. And like I said, guys, my healing journey has been up and down, especially with friendships, because I've rekindled friendships that I thought were going to be forever. I let them back in over and over and over again. And that's a part of your healing journey. You don't want to let go of things that you thought were for you that are no longer for you. So don't be afraid to have no friends. Don't be afraid if you have 3 friends. Don't be afraid if you have a ton of friends. You know, it's okay to have very limited friends, especially when you're going through your healing journey. I know it feels like, it feels lonely and things like that, but there's always a way some new people will come back into your life. So that's one of the things I did, was cut off friendships, cut off old friendships, cut off friendships that no longer serve me, limit my friendships with people. Like, even if I have friends right now, keep your distance, especially if it's a person that you just don't feel like the relationship's there. Like, if they don't feel right, they don't fit your journey, they don't belong in your journey. So that's one of the things I did. So let's move on to the next. So the next thing I did for my healing journey, and guys, one thing I want to leave a disclaimer, I'm still in the process of my healing journey. You're never going to heal fully. You're never going to feel 100%, and that's okay. But if there's things in your healing journey that you feel like you've healed that part of that journey, you have accomplished some part of your healing journey. Maybe it's not 90% of your healing journey, but you at least healed from that 10%. And then that 20%, you know, it's gonna work up like a ladder. So I just wanted to leave that. But the next thing I did was stop being a people pleaser, especially when you are healing. Learn to say no. Learn to stop giving in to what people want you to do. Do it for yourself, not for what others want you to do. Do not be a people pleaser, especially when you're going through your healing journey. You have to learn to say no. You have to learn to not allow people to walk all over you. You have to learn to have, what is that word? Have, not self-control, but put your foot down. You have to learn to put your foot down. Especially if you're a person that has a good heart, you have to stop being a people pleaser. And people may tend to not like you because of that. But if these people don't like that you told them no, those people shouldn't be in your life. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a significant other, whether it's family, whether it's anything, to stop being a people pleaser to people that are not pleasing you. You know, if you're the one giving your all the time, and you're the one that's always the one to drop a dime for a person, and then when you call them up and you need help or something like that, they're nowhere to be found. or they give you an excuse like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm out, or blah, blah, blah. You just can't take 5 minutes of your time to at least listen to me or vent to me. No, those people do not belong in your healing journey. You need to learn to stop being a people pleaser. I've learned to stop being a people pleaser after the things I dealt with people, the things that I've dealt from people. The things that you deal with from people really makes you want to put your foot down and stop pleasing them, because it helps you grow in your personality, helps you grow in your behavior, it helps you grow as a person. You know, it may not seem like it will help you, but it will definitely help you. I've learned to say no finally. I've learned to stop pleasing people the way they want to run things, you know? Or I stop letting people manipulating me. You know, manipulation is a big thing when it comes to people pleasing, and you do not want to deal with that, especially with people. Friendships, family, whatever it is. If they're not okay with you telling them no, or if they don't like that they say, oh, your personality is different, this is me healing. This is you healing, you know? And anybody that's watching this, I know how it is to people please. I'm a big person to love to, I hate saying no to people. I hate not being nice, but sometimes you have to stop being nice, because those are the people that will take advantage of you. So that is my second advice, to stop being a people pleaser. Okay, moving on to my third advice is negative people. I know I'm mentioning a lot of like people pleasing, cutting off friendships, negative people, but these are based off what I've done for myself, removing negative people out of your life. I'm still learning to do this. I have a hard time of letting go of negative family members, negative friendships. It's always been hard for me. I can admittedly say that I've rekindled friendships over and over again, even though as hurt as I was, I've rekindled it because I'm a people pleaser. But negative people, the people that are always negative, praying for your downfall, always negative Nancy's. I like to call them negative Nancy's because those are the people that will be negative about every little thing, like whether it's just doing something for themselves, or you're trying to push them to do something for themselves, they're negative about it. Or you want to do something for your guys' friendship or your relationship or your, you know, with your family, and they're just negative about it. Like, they always look at the negative side to things. Those are the people that you do not need in your life. Okay, I've dealt with my fair share of negative people. I'm a very positive person, and I love people that are also like give off the same energy. But I had a friend that was so negative all the time. Like, this person always looked at the negative of everything, and maybe, you know, they always try to blame their past or things like that. That's a part of their personal healing that they need to do. But a person that always looks at a negative thing, or like they make an excuse for whatever it is that they don't want to do, or you don't like, you want to do something to make them happy and they're negative about it, or, you know, the people that you try to like make positive, or like, you know, try to make them happy and they are still so negative, they don't belong in your life, and you just need to cut them off, because negative people will hurt your healing journey. It won't make you a happy person. It will make you start looking at things so negatively. You know, I started feeling that way. I started feeling like the person that I did have in my life, they talked so negative all the time. The people that I had in my life were so negative all the time, and it felt like a reoccurring thing, like all the time, and it was affecting my mental health. And when it starts affecting your mental health, you need to cut them off. You need to get them out of your life, because you don't need negativity, especially when you're going through your healing journey. You need to look at the positive things. You need to have, you know, you need to live life to the fullest, be happy, you know, be at peace within yourself, peace of mind, you know. So I feel like negative people need to be removed out of your healing journey. I'm learning to do that. It is definitely hard, especially when it comes to family, but you know, it's something that is important to do, especially during this journey. So let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing that I'm doing during my healing journey is trying new hobbies. One thing that I'm doing during my healing journey is I've discovered a lot of like new hobbies that I didn't even know I could do. Like my new hobby that I could say that I've done during my healing journey is painting. Yes, I do makeup. I know that, and obviously that is a very artistic thing to do. But growing up, I've never liked art. Never liked painting, never liked drawing, never liked any of it. I don't have the patience. But when 2020, like COVID happened, I feel like everybody kind of discovered a new hobby within themselves. And during that time, I was also going through a lot. You know, besides with COVID, I was dealing with things that I just don't feel comfortable talking about. But I was dealing with things that I didn't know how to cope with. And, you know, honestly, like the one thing that I used to do a lot that I could say a part of this is I used to cope, like my coping mechanisms, like I definitely changed my coping mechanism, is I used to eat away my emotions. I used to eat like when I was sad or when I was mad, or you know, when I had like thoughts running through my head, I would eat, like even if it was like a small snack, or I would try to eat like a full meal. Like I was doing more damage to myself by just eating, because you know, when you're going through your healing journey, you find ways to cope, and that was one of my ways to cope. But I started finding new hobbies within myself, and painting was one of the things that I love to do. And when I started painting, I looked at it as a way to help my emotions, and a way to like have fun also, like make things fun when you're having new hobbies. So one of the things I want to say is try to find new hobbies, whether it's painting, cooking, going on nature walks is another thing that I like to do, is going out without my phone or like being behind a screen all day. I like to just take some walks and just like take in what's around me. Another thing that I did as a new hobby was I think also like with me is I like talking on the camera as a way of coping. I definitely feel like doing curl talks definitely helps my healing journey, because I feel like when you feel like the things you have running through your brain and you want to say it to somebody, filming a video has always helped me, especially about things that I want to talk about. So those are like the main things that I feel like are new hobbies for me. So definitely try to find new hobbies, especially during your healing journey. Okay, so the next thing that I've done for my healing journey is treating yourself. I feel like this is super, super important, especially during your healing journey. Do not feel like you're being a burden for going out to eat for yourself, or getting yourself a meal that you want, or buying yourself something, like whether it's $100 or $50 and you spend money and you feel regretful about it. Don't feel regretful. Treat yourself. Or not even just buying yourself things, like taking yourself out to a spa day, getting your hair cut, going to the movies by yourself, going to a restaurant, going out with friends, going to a concert, going to the beach, whatever it is, taking a drive, whatever it is. Treat yourself. During your healing journey, you have to definitely learn to love yourself, and treating yourself is so important, especially when you're trying to heal, is knowing your worth and knowing the things you deserve, you know. And I feel like when you do these things for yourself, it will definitely help your healing journey. So definitely treat yourself, whether it's, you know, something that you don't usually do for yourself. If it's something that you don't usually do for yourself all the time, do it. even though you may feel like, oh, I don't have the money for it, do it. Whether, even if it's something so small, it doesn't even always have to be money involved. Like, I know money is like super important to have to do things to treat yourself, but there's other ways like to do it, like at home spa night, or watching movies and just like relaxing the whole day. Like, just give yourself a reset day or a recharge day, or just do things that make you feel like, even like, oh my god, even like running a bath like is like the perfect way to treat yourself. Like a nice bubble bath, watch some like Netflix on your laptop, drink some wine. Like, there's so many ways to treat yourself, so definitely treat yourself during your healing journey, because it's super. The next thing that I think is important is journaling or talking to people you trust. This has been such an important thing to me. That's also a new hobby that I've done since 2020 is journaling, that I completely forgot to mention. But during your healing journey, if you feel like a person that struggles with communicating or expressing yourself, I know I'm a person that has a really hard time of expressing myself. So I started journaling, about like how I'm feeling during the days, or something that's like significantly happening in my life, whether it's like a life-changing thing or a sad thing, or a thing that just like makes me so angry or sad, or whatever the case is. I journal about it, and I feel like journaling definitely helps with your healing journey. So it's something that you could look back on and read, like, oh my god, I went through this, and I can't believe I went through this, and I grew from it. It's something to basically like have a reflection of like, oh my god, I did this for myself, and I accomplished this during my healing journey. Another thing I said also was to talk to people you trust. Do not talk to people that you feel, like the people that you're just so iffy about talking about certain things with. Those are the people that you shouldn't talk to. Like, even though that you feel like they're your best friend, or you feel like you could trust this family member, or even like like your significant other, if you feel like that person, like, you just feel like you just can't talk to them, find people that you feel like your go-to people. Like, my go-to people is my mom, my boyfriend, my sisters, like mainly my family. I've learned the hard way about trusting people, and I could admittedly say that during this healing journey, is that I've allowed myself to let down my wall, and then I trusted people, and they gave me a reason not to trust anybody again. So definitely talk to people you trust. It's super important, especially when you're trying to heal, because trust is so important when you are healing. It's a very important thing, especially during your healing journey. It's something that makes you feel very vulnerable sometimes. Like, trust is a very vulnerable thing to feel, and trusting a person that you could talk to about, especially like personal things that you don't usually talk about with people, is super important. So whether it's journaling, or whether it's, if you're a person that rather talk to people, or if you like to journal and just have your thoughts to yourself, do those things to help your. Okay, so the last thing that I've done during my healing journey is taking one day at a time. Taking one day at a time is so important during your healing journey, especially like having too much on your plate, or dealing with too many people at one time, or getting yourself wrapped up in other people's drama, or other people's like things that they want to talk about, but they're never the ones that are like always there for you. Take one day at a time for yourself. Don't always try to be that go-to person for them. It's so important to give yourself a day where you're just like, like, relax, like, take a bath, like, do things that you feel like you could be like, one day at a time, like, always remind yourself, like, give yourself that reassurance. Keep reminding yourself, like, one day at a time. Not everything's gonna fall in place within one day. Not everything's gonna fall in place within a year. Not everything's gonna fall in place 2 years, 10 years, whatever it is, it takes time. Don't feel like you have to be at a certain goal or you have to be at a certain place because of your age, or you see other people your age ahead of you, like whether they have a house or they already started a family or they got their shit together. Like, everybody's at a different pace in life, and life is a crazy way of doing it. Life throws dodgeballs at you, and there's times that I'm like here and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be 25 this year, and I still live in my parents' house, and I just sometimes don't feel like I got my shit together. And there's days that my mental health is so bad where I'm like, I just want to sit in my room in the dark and just cry, because I just sometimes feel like I look at, like, social media plays such a big influence, especially a part, like, in this day and age, it plays such a part in your healing journey. You see, like, people that you grew up with, or people you went to school with, or friendships, or family, or whatever the case is, and you always see, like, good things happening for them, and then you feel like, oh my god, why is this not happening for me, or this happening for me, or whatever the case is, and you start being negative towards yourself. Just remind yourself, one day at a time, like, everybody's pace is different, everybody's life choices are different, things happen differently for everybody. Because this person is gonna be a doctor and you're working at a 9-to-5 job, that is okay. Everybody's life is different. Life choices, everything. So just take one day at a time, give yourself a day to recharge, and just keep reminding yourself that you don't have to be at a certain place or a certain, like, you don't have to be where you feel like you have to be. You know, just take it day by day. I've reminded myself so many times during my healing journey, like, okay, you know, like, this has happened for me and this has happened to me, and look at all the big accomplishments you've done for yourself. Like, you know, I've done a lot of, like, reflecting is so important, especially when you're taking one day at a time. Just reflect and look at all the big accomplishments you've done for yourself to get where you are now. Look at those things. Don't look at always negative things. Don't always talk negative to yourself. Always take the good instead of the bad. Look at the good instead of the bad. It's so important. And because you feel like you're, like, 10 steps behind, and that person that you're, like, looking at, that's like an old friend or a significant other, whatever the case is, you shouldn't even compare yourself to others, especially when you're going through your healing journey. Don't ever compare yourself to others when you're going through your healing journey. Just look at all the positive things for yourself. So I really like how this video came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I somehow help your healing journey, and I hope my advice helps somehow. I definitely feel, like, really positive after this video. I feel like I definitely could help a lot of people watching this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.